Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. Hope you guys are enjoying your wonderful weekend. Tonight's podcast, we're going to be a little bit more on the serious side, at least until me and the captain have our first disagreement. But I figured I needed a little spice to my pumpkin spice coffee, so now why not add some Captain Morgan spiced rum to get the evening going in the right direction. But yeah, it's been interesting past few days for me. Like I said, we are definitely going to be more on the serious side tonight. Things are going to get quite wicked, honestly. I'm in one of those moods, which will make for some interesting topics. So, yesterday, Thursday, my Thursday, I ended up calling off work. Woke up, man, sick as all can be. And I'm going to try to keep the swear words out of this one for some of you guys that don't appreciate it. I can't make no promises. They usually don't work. But, the interesting and fun thing was, Cat woke up. Man, I was shaking, covered in sweat, cold sweat, having a hard time breathing. And I'm like, oh man, I've dodged a bullet for a while on it, but I'm like, man, if I feel like this come tomorrow morning, I'm gonna schedule a doctor's appointment, which I end up having to get a rapid COVID test. uh, wasn't COVID, thankfully, but for me, it's something far worse. Upper respiratory infection. Usually, when I get those, they put me down pretty hard. And of course, yeah, of course, I just wanted a doctor's appointment because I knew, I'm pretty sure I didn't have it. It felt like more like the flu to a certain extent. I know my body well enough, but definitely want to be safe. So I was like, schedule a doctor's appointment, and we need you have to take a COVID test. Well, I'm like, well, I'm going to need a rapid COVID test, but I want to get back to work. I just got done doing this BS with the COVID thing. My sister having it. And like I said, fully vaccinated. Over 3 months fully vaccinated, catches COVID. And there's where things finally got interesting. When the doctor finally came in, like almost 40 minutes after the words, but I wasn't dying or really sick. Get up on the table and, check you out, breathe. And first words out of his mouth, you can guess it. I'm like, oh no, we're not going there. Trust me, you don't want to go there. I just want to know what's wrong with me, get some medicine. Now I need to get back to work. He's like, well, the reason you said you called off is because you wanted to make sure whatever you got, you don't spread it. So you don't be looking out for yourself. I'm like, all right, dude. You're going to quote me statistics. I'm going to quote you facts. Eyewitness facts. I've buried more people this year who were vaccinated and caught COVID. So we don't want to go there. My sister just got back, was fully vaccinated, just had COVID, and I already had to do the quarantine. Hence why I'm kind of in here. I just got back to work. I'm not trying to miss no more days. At 2/3 pay, that shit sucks. Doesn't make the bills. And he's like, well, I'm like, no. Been there, done that, haven't had it. I trust my immune system and my facts. He's like, well, you don't have to be ignorant about it. I'm like, ignorant about it? How many people have you lost? You don't know ignorance. I mean, I had that doctor so far. He did. It was so kind of laughing on the inside, but I wasn't. I was mad. And then when he, yeah, and then I finally was like, dude, you're talking to a direct descendant of one of the founding fathers. You can take that crap logic that you're trying to shove down my throat, shove it so far up your ass. It's like, what? I'm like, Rutledge. Didn't recognize the name? Or don't you know your history? Pulled it out, or it had pulled it up on my phone, set it down. See the name on the Constitution? I'm not playing your games. I just want my diagnosis. I just want some medicine for whatever's ailing me. I don't want to hear your hypocritical lies. And I'm like, speaking of oaths, what about the oath you took? Your Hippocratic oath. I guess I don't mean shit to anybody anymore. He's like, well, I can't see really where you have a medical history. I'm like, oh, dig far enough. I've only had one family doctor, and that was Dr. Revere. His mouth dropped, he shut up, and that was the end of any back talking from him. I'm like, I don't get sick that often. When I do, I very seldom come here because I don't feel like paying you guys for something I can pretty much well heal for myself, heal on my own, or get over counter medicines or natural remedies. But there is that time where, it is best to seek medical advice. And I've dealt with respiratory infections before, so yeah, it's best to have medicines or else suffer for the next month and a half trying to get over it. Then he got to talk to me. Well, and I'm like, of course, he brought up the point. Well, since you just really got sick the other day, this is something I did. So, education. Since it's just like how you were talking about statistics and numbers. The test ain't always accurate, especially considering you said you really just got sick yesterday. It could take a couple days for it to actually show. I'm like, really? I ain't trying to hear that. So basically, what you're saying is I'm going to need to have to come back here if I still feel like crap in a couple days and get another test. He's like, oh, no, you can do it on your own. They got tests now, home tests, where you can do it on your own. He's like, Walmart, Walgreens, they all have them. I can't remember the name. I had it written down. I can't find the piece of paper. I've been losing everything today. And he's like, you can even go to the library. I'm like, library? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, you know, you can get the test at the library. And he goes, the nice thing about that is, they'll walk you through it, explain things, and they'll give you a link address to download an app to your phone. So when you take the test, you just upload the app, take a picture, somebody will come in and go over it with you and walk you through the steps. I'm like, at the library, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I think that's just peachy. He looked at me. I'm like, you don't want to know. It's just best, go get my paperwork. Kind of had my fill at the hospital. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm dying with this mask on. Respiratory infection. Hard to breathe. Really hard to breathe through a mask. So he subscribes me an inhaler with Adderall. And tell you what, like I said, I've always been upfront about this. Sometimes we do need doctor's advice, medicines that we can't do. And like I said, it's about knowing your body and knowing your immune system. My immune system is pretty good at fighting almost everything except for the respiratory infections that I get from time to time. It's like every couple of years. And usually when I get them, I'm down for a good month and a half. And I'm like, I can't do this, can't miss no work. It's just not just not an option right now. I'm on real tight. Especially I'm in the red right now. It's gonna take me at least 2 more checks to get out of the red from the 2/3 pay. But 2/3 is better than nothing. I'm thankful and blessed for that much. I'm not complaining. But the library. What the hell? So, let's keep it real. How many of us adults actually go to the library anymore? Thankfully, probably not too many people do go to the library, but schools still make kids go to libraries. And it's like, wait, why are they giving a COVID test out at the libraries? So you can do it at home. It's just one of those mind-boggling things that's like, oh, wait, it's not so mind-boggling when you sit back and think about it. It's more targeted and designed for the kids. It's not for the adults. Most of us adults don't even go to the library anymore. I occasionally go. But I obviously haven't went in some time because I didn't know about that. He said, yeah, all the local libraries. And I'm like, oh, ain't that just peachy? Remind me if I have kids not to let them go to the library anymore. Yeah, I know tonight's podcast has a couple of interesting titles in it. I said I wasn't going to stray away from the subjects I've been on, and I'm not. Nor am I going to pull punches. I might try to keep the swearing down to a minimum. I'm not making no promises because I suck at that. You guys all know that. But it is time to be a little bit more serious on the conversations. People are getting fed up, mad about everything that's going on, and they should be. You know, we got a president that's not even apologetic for all the people he's put on them firing. He's not putting them on unemployment. He's fired. They're going to be fired because of the legislation he wants passed. That's not helping this country. In fact, I'm a thing. I love my images sometimes. You can read the civics of it. Civics 101, read it. Just pause the video, go back to the beginning, and I like my little thumbnail pictures. We've got our government no longer fears the people. They don't care what the people's opinions and views are. As long as it's not no data, really. As long as it's not going against what they're trying to do at the current time. And that's all it's all about. It's their status quo. If your opinion difference, all right, give it up. I'm not even gonna try it. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's different from theirs, then you're the enemy. You have no say. You need censor. Yeah. I mean, the joke of the week, obviously, was the Facebook whistleblower. I mean, whistleblowing that you need more censorship. Okay. That was a joke. But who benefits from it? obviously, in the end, Facebook benefits from it. There's always been that old adage, old saying when it comes to business, when it comes to press and news, even bad news is good for business because it draws people's attention back to it. Oh, what's going on over at Facebook? What have I missed? And people come back to look. So, it's one of the older dirty tricks of the playbooks. There's no such thing as bad press. Bad press usually equals good money in businesses. There's a problem with that logic. There's a problem with a lot of things we're seeing today. The fact that we can't even protect our own children anymore. Now, that's scary enough. But, you know, I see people running from site to site as they always do when things start getting a little hectic out there, or when threats of censorship comes about. Is it happening? Oh yeah, it's happening. Ask Be Rich. YouTube took down his podcast from last night. That wasn't the only action taken, but they still removed his content. And it was an excellent podcast. Thankfully, he streamed it from multiple spots, so you can still go find it on D Live. It's like almost all my videos. Hey, you can find them all on the internet. Well, not all of them because I haven't updated the last batch. But I always, when I'm done with this podcast, although that is something I have now noticed that YouTube's doing, because some of my videos have been a lot shorter than normal. They're taking about 12 hours to process. That's not a good thing. Normally, it's like a couple hours in their process, and you go ahead and download it. Yeah. So now I gotta wait for almost 12 hours before I can download a video of a live stream that I do. Which means, yes, I'm playing a dangerous game because I'm not recording this. Because I just don't feel like messing with OBS. I mean, I've spoken my fair share about OBS. I'm not a fan. I prefer XSplit, and here once things get smoothed out a bit and I get a little bit more extra money, I'm buying my XSplit license, and I'm going to go migrate back to XSplit. That way, I will have a backup of all the podcasts that I do, just in case. But like I've also said, I'm not really on YouTube much anymore. Other than watch videos, do it yourself videos. I don't even stream from OBS or those. I have actually been streaming all this time from the mines. And now I can be mobile and stream, and fuck you, YouTube, and have 1,000 subscribers. Guess what? I found a way around that one too. And I can stream right here. And YouTube's part of the problem there. They want you to subjugate yourself and be all about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. Numbers don't mean jack. It's about the quality, not the quantity. The quality conversations I've had with you guys in the chats while I'm doing the live streams, the quality of comments, emails. Yes, I enjoy that. So, the few people that follow me, I get more interaction with them. Sometimes it pays to be the little guy. Also, you have a tendency not to get fucked with as much. But I ain't blind to the fact that one day my day's coming too. So I've been lucky thus far. that I haven't had any issues. Yeah, I took my inhaler before I even thought about starting this, or else I wouldn't be able to do this. I also had to take some cough syrup. I've got a massive sore throat that ain't getting any better. Hence the captain. But you know, there comes a point where we need to make a declaration of intent. What is our intent? What is our intentions? When do we cry havoc and release the dogs of war? You know, my intent, mission of intention is simple. Keep doing what I'm doing. Keep speaking out. Keep using my voice because that is one of my most powerful tools right now. It is the tool that they fear. But even that said, that isn't enough. So we go one step further. And I've been doing this for several months now, which is why I haven't done many podcasts. To be honest with you, besides working my ass off. I mean, over 360 hours overtime this year, 13-hour day shifts. Yeah, no, I just haven't had the time, but I have had time to get out. And I made it the point this year to get out, to be social, more social in my community. Right, my community has changed a bit now, but even now, I'm still, getting my feel for things. Seeing where things are at. Yep. Oh wow, they use unmarked cars here. Catching the sights that most people ignore. Sorry, bad habits. Oh, there's a surplus base, military base. Oh yes, okay. Just seeing where everything's at. Exploring the areas. Having a couple conversations with the local Walmart or Home Depot, wherever spot I'm in it might be in, listening, dropping a little seeds here and there. New community. Got to get my not gonna be too low key, but I'm gonna be low key for a little while. But I'm still going to do my thing. And that's what we should be doing. We should be, you know, you hear other people talking that are like minded. Maybe chime in. It's good to know that other people of like mindedness is around. Who knows? It might lead into conversation. I had one just the other day at Walmart with a bunch. It started out with just like three people, and the next thing you know, we kind of had about seven people gather around. We're all just talking, sharing all the things that are going on. Do they know who I was? No, I'm just a stranger to them. They know I do podcasts? No. Why advertise? Like I said, sometimes I work best from the shadows. I actually do well, extremely well from the shadows. You know, don't need to bring people to an echo chamber. In some cases, this can become an echo chamber. And it's nice that I have people that follow me that we don't agree with everything. And we're not scared to admit, hey, we don't agree. Okay, what's your opinions? What's your views? Because that's what our freedom of speech is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about us being able to come together, not divided, not get in fights, but have a great conversation, a great debate on topics that are just topics of controversy. Like I said, image of the week last week was those two ladies holding up their signs. I'm unvaccinated and I'm vaccinated. with another sign. But yet here we stand together, exercising our freedom of speech as friends. No argument. See, there's the problem. There's where the system has come in, and they don't want that. They don't want to see two different opinions and views standing side by side, exercising their rights of freedom of speech. Because if they, people start seeing that, then it starts building the bonds of unity. We may choose to disagree, but we are still brothers and sisters, and we're going to still stand side by side. I don't agree with your views, but I respect the fact that you chose that. Oh no, we can't have that. We've got to have you divided. Now, those sowing those cords of division is no more. And it's time to start looking at their playbooks, all the little dirty little tricks they played. And like I said the other night when I ended my podcast, my toolbox is fully open. Every tool is at my disposal that I know and can use, I will use. All my knowledge and wisdom, I will use. Playing these games that they want us to play, jumping through hoops, or being fearful and afraid, oh, I'm going to lose my job. No, I am not stressing over that BS. Because what does stress do? It weakens the body, it weakens the mind. And no, I refuse. I don't haven't lived my life in stress for almost 15 years. What will be, and that's just that simple. I will always get by. I always have, no matter what hardships come my way. You know, this battle we face, there's going to be a lot of mental aspects of it. We got to prepare our minds for the things that are coming before we can do anything. We got to strip ourselves of any weakness that we have that allows others to control us. And right now, everybody is worried. Am I going to lose my job? Oh, am I going to get my social security check? Am I going to get paid? I'm in the military. Am I going to get forced out because I don't want to get the vax? And we got to learn to no, take a stand. Shit, I was reading an article on Twitter. I thought was beautiful. Pageant contestant from the Netherlands quit in the final round because she refused to get the vaccine. Buy that chick a beer. There's a role model for you. Somebody is willing to take a stand. Many. Don't quote me, Joe Rogan. He's sold out. I'm tired of these celebrities. Yeah. Oh, you can't do your venue here. Oh, okay. I'll comply. Suck a dick, bitch. I'll never watch anything by Joe Rogan again. Tired of looking at these celebrities and think, oh yeah, they pitch a good game. Until you start cutting their pocket, then it's all about yes, sir, yes, ma'am, whatever you say. I'm your little bitch. I mean, damn, it's literally become that easy these days. People we think wouldn't bow down. What? You afraid to lose a few millions? Come down to our little world and join us. Fuck, we got cookies. Come on over. Yeah. No, you can't stoop back down that low, can you? I've lost, I've had again. And I'll lose it all again. And I'll start from scratch and build everything up and not repeat the same mistakes as before. Hey, it's a fun learning experience. It makes you humble. It makes you respect the things that you have. Because at any given time, they can be taken away. But what are those things? They're just material, they're replaceable. What's not replaceable? Loss of freedoms, loss of liberty, loss of sovereignty. Once those are gone, there is no getting them back. Look at all these countries that don't have those things. I can see I'm having all kinds of issues streaming tonight. I'm not even streaming in HD. Not even using my video, and I'm having issues. Guess I might be right on topic tonight. You know, and I see a lot of people, they're done with certain platforms. I respect that. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still everywhere. I got to be. We have to be. We gotta see that's part of the dividing us. Let's push you way over here. Let's get you out of the way. Because I guarantee you're gonna lose a bunch of your followers when you do. Granted, you'll pick up some new ones, but you've lost some. I'm sorry, I'm tired of jumping around, following you guys wherever you decide to land next. When are you gonna take a stand? Because we've already proven that there's no such thing as a true free platform, a free speech platform. Not even the mines. It's great, but it's not perfect. It has its flaws. But what makes the mines great, though, is they don't care. You all can come over. Don't care what your views and opinions are. I kind of hope they got rid of. I haven't seen the jury thing, so maybe they got rid of it. Realized the errors of their ways. But you still report content, and you got people over there. That's what they do. You're gonna have that no matter where you go. You're gonna have enemies follow you. Oh, yeah, great. They're over here. I can really get you. You know, when are we gonna quit acting like we're in fucking middle school, playing stupid children's games? They know this. They've brainwashed us into it. Oh, if you don't like this, give it a thumbs down. Oh, if you think he said something inappropriate, report it. When, if you don't like what's being said, as one of my favorite YouTubers' channels handle is, change the fucking channel. Change the channel, sorry. But yeah, change the fucking channel. You don't have to watch. You don't have to listen. In fact, mind your own business. Yes, I'm in one of those moods. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. It's ride or die. Either get on board or get the fuck out of our way. Go crawl in your little fucking cubbyhole and corner and cower. Yeah, it's like that. And it will be like that. And don't come crying or begging for help later. No. Rules of engagement has changed. or not change, they're just in place. I don't need dead weight or liabilities around me or in my circles, period. And neither should any of you. You know who your true companions, true friends are. I do this every year. I go through every platform that I'm on and clean house. I do spring and winter cleaning. Get rid of the ones that, oh, why? We don't talk. Everything I see on your feeds are negative, toxic. There's no open mindedness there. You're dead weight. Goodbye. I will admit I haven't cleaned this channel up lately. I haven't had time. I follow a bunch of people. I follow every a lot of different niches and genres. I follow people that I really don't agree with, but I follow and I listen from time to time. What do they got to say? Because it's needed. I can't be closed minded to what they're saying. Why are they saying this? I got to challenge myself. I got to challenge my mind to question things, to make sure what I am perceiving as my truths, my realities are actually just that. Or have I been misled somewhere? But they don't want us doing that. They want us separated. They want us segregated. They want us divided. They want us to create labels and further subdivide ourselves. I'm this, I'm that. You know what my take on the label game, so we're not going to go any farther down that road. If you not not hip, go find one of the videos. There are plenty of them. And I become to where I'm just not a fan of a lot of things. I practically quit watching sports. Why? Because it's become an echo chamber of itself. They use it to spread the propaganda. We've discussed this multiple times too. It's become it is no more than the Roman Colosseums. It's entertainment to control the masses. Period, plain and simple. Then the professional athletes, so-called celebrities, they just go along with whoever's paying them. They're actually worse than prostitutes. They are actually the true definition of prostitutes. Let me rephrase. They are the true prostitutes. They sell their minds and words to the highest bidder. Oh, you want me to say this? How much you pay me? Okay, I'll say it. What a waste. What a disgrace. And it's everywhere. From the commercials we watch, clear down to things we're reading now. Because now they're dictating what can be taught to our kids, what books are allowed and what aren't. They're dictating what history can be taught. Now what? Maybe it's time to go back to the old schoolhouses, the old teaching our kids at home. Wait, they fixed it so we can't barely do that. But how do we change that? Ah, simple. Let's make them understand that they are not in control no more. They are answerable to us. They're our voice. And when you're not doing what our voices want, well, you're replaceable. Or we're done with you. Time for a new government. Time for a new path. Time for a new great awakening and a new way of life. I mean, how many of you guys are tired of all this crap? Tired of our economy being just dumped down the toilet? I mean, let's get, how many of you are tired of seeing a puppet sit there? Oh, we're going to negotiate with the terrorist. We do not negotiate with terrorists, period. Plain and simple. Or have we all forgotten 9/11? No, we will not negotiate. Our president is showing every nation that this country is weak. Mr. Anderson, you said it right. Our administration is showing every country we will bow down to anyone, but it won't bow down to its to the people, because they think we're so scared. Every single politician has sold us out. I don't care who they are. I don't care what state they're from. I don't care what their label is. They have sold this country out. They sold themselves out. They might have talk. They talk a good game. That's it. It's all talk, no action. They do nothing. And I tell you what, if they pass that budget, spending bill budget, with those fines in it, that should be the icing on the cake for every last one of you. But it won't be. Most of you will just comply, cower in fear, like the spineless little bitches you are. And do what the master tells you to. How simple-minded is that? And some of you are the ones that claim, oh, I'm a patriot. But behind closed doors, you're cowering and crying in fear. Like I said, everybody can talk a good game, but when it comes time for action, then you see who the real people are. Then you just see who the posers, the fakes, the real cowards are. I got all this. I could lose. Yeah, you probably do. So you're just gonna hand it over to everybody on a silver platter, or are you gonna stand up and fight so your future generation has those freedoms, those liberties, those God-given rights that we are supposed to have as American people, American society, as brothers and sisters? When do you draw the line? When do you actually say enough's enough? Grow a backbone, grow a spine, grow some balls, please. I know women's got bigger balls than some of you guys out there. That beauty pageant got bigger balls than a lot of you out there. Taking a stand. I know good service members who have been forced out because they refused the vax. Because they chose to take a stand. Unfortunately, it's a deliberate act to push those people out, so they can put the obedient ones that will cower to their whims. Is that what we want? Protecting us? Guarding this nation? I think not. Because they're the ones who will turn on their own. Because their masters told them to. How long before some of this starts sinking into you people? I know so many good communities out there, close knit, that are been having conversations like this amongst themselves, and more of that's needed. You let's, oh yeah, let's Be Rich podcast last night in chat. Somebody was talking about, we all just need to unify and go in mass, one big group of people and protest. History has shown us the lesson of protest. Sometimes it works, but 98% of the time it does not. And that's been proven throughout history. Just not here, but across the world. Peaceful protest usually never works. It gets their attention, but unfortunately, some of you out there have allowed them to push and set standards like, see this box? This is your free speech. Do not step outside of it or you'll be arrested. Bullshit. Your free speech zone is not in a damn box. It is wherever you choose to take your stand and voice your opinions and views. There is no box that can make you stand in. All that around the White House, including the White House, belongs to we the people, not them. But, we're going to throw fences up. I get the security around the White House to protect our president. I'm cool with that. I actually see great logic in that. Because we do have idiots out there. But when it comes to our very own House of Representatives, our Congress, that should never, ever been barred, fenced off from the people. That is our place. We have the right to be in there and observe. You cannot deny us that right. But you did. And actually, you're the first ones to really declare war on the people. The day you threw up those fences is the day you really declared war on we the people, saying we do not have a right to our own building. It's not yours. Never has been, never will be. We the people have let you get away with behind closed door sessions, which is never supposed to happen. Everything you do is supposed to be done right in front of the public. Be in front of your peers, your voice. Yes, we are your voice. You don't have a voice. The only voice you have is of we the people. Time people start remembering that when your politician spews all these promises that turns out to be lies, when they do everything against what you put them in the office to do. But yet, come election time, you'll vote them right back in. Wouldn't it be something that we reach election and none of these guys get voted back in? New faces, new people. Wouldn't that be a statement? How many of you guys actually have the balls to do it? No. You're stuck on the label game. I can't do that. I can't vote for this person because he is he up there talking about he's gonna uphold the Constitution? Protect your rights? Oh, wait, he is? But he's a Democrat. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what their label is. If they're out there openly promising to protect your rights, your liberties, your freedoms, there's your man, there's your woman. Not the label. And you hold that person accountable. Because they're going to get the message when, hey, nobody got reelected. People are tired of it. Then you bring fear back to the people. People regain control of their government because they put fear back into the politician. That, okay, yes, I know. People are going to say, well, the system's rigged. Yeah, probably is. But how do you know? Has anybody ever tested that theory? I mean, it is to a certain extent. I've already voiced my opinions in electoral college. It's pretty much a rigged system because my vote don't count. It's only the number that counts, and whoever wins the state gets all the votes. So my vote never counted. No, but your guy won, so your vote counted. No, it didn't, because my county only gives a what? My county takes 4 counties. I don't remember all the statistic, but it's like so many equal number. Each state's allotted so many electoral votes. So therefore, no, my vote never counted. The only way my vote counts if it is read individually. Each vote is counted and given to that person, win or lose. Oh, that's too much work. Bullshit, not in this day and age. It's actually quite easy in this day and age, but we also know technology. It's flawed. But so was, that's why they kind of went to electoral college, because the other process was just as flawed. There's flaws in every system because you get people that want to abuse it, misuse it. A prime example, look at our pharmaceutical industries. Biggest corruption scandal ever. You know what the worst part of it is? It's almost all foreign. And you can go to some other country and get the prescription cheap. But heaven forbid you pay for it here. You're paying sometimes 300 to 1,000 markup price for something that costs not even a penny to make. The irony in that. But that keeps the insurance companies going. That keeps the pharmaceuticals going. Keeps the doctors in business. The ones that's going to write up all those lovely prescriptions. The system broke. Been broke. Needs dismantled. From the ground up. All the way to the very top. Our Supreme Court's failed this time and time again. Don't want to hear it. They're a single person in power that I would trust. Ever. Not even with the simplest of tasks. Why? You're part of the broken system. You've already proven that you can't fix it. You don't want to fix it. You can't become just as corrupt as everyone else. Yes, some of that might be just guilt by association, but I don't care. At this point in time, I've seen enough in this lifetime of politics to know it's just never going to be what we want it to be. Because we've allowed these greedy, power-hungry, egotistical, self-righteous sons of bitches into office, and they think they are the masters and we are the slaves. I ain't nobody's slave. And I'm definitely done playing and mincing words. Because that only gets you so far. So now, I'll change tactics. I will change how I do things, how I word things, how I say things. And I will go on the offensive. Why? Because, like I said, the most powerful tool we have is our voice. And I tell you what, you're going to hear mine. One way or another, you'll hear mine. Mine will echo through every niche and cranny of this internet. And it does already. Has been for a while. Every platform. Why? Because we do have those people that like to watch your videos. I'm like, oh yeah, we gonna talk about that. It spreads like a wildfire. It spreads like cancer. You can't stop us. Never could. We know this. Time to make others remember this. Your games don't work. Your mind tricks don't work. And if I gotta sit there and break down every fucking dirty little trick in your little playbook, I will. Not hard. Honestly, the sad part is what you guys do, what they do is child's play. Well, that's the God's honest truth. Don't let somebody that really knows do it. And you'll see what I mean by most of these politicians, figureheads, celebrities, that stupid fucking what is it called that everybody wants to go to? That's just smoke and mirrors. Can't even remember the name of the meeting. The Bilderberg. It's a joke. They're just puppets. While your eyes are over here, the real people are elsewhere doing the dirt. But you can't see past that. Well, guess what? I'm over here doing my dirt, along with a few others, which are many. We're done. We're tired of the games. We're tired of the BS. We're tired of you trying to just stomp us into the ground. So now we play your game. And I like playing games. Ask some of my closest friends. Pretty good at them. Of course, you probably wouldn't want to meet those friends either. Some of them are worse than I am. Especially when it comes to our freedoms and our sovereignties and our liberties. In fact, I would go as far to say as I am the most passive out of the bunch. And don't be that sucker. Because I know how to shut that switch off too. I see so many people out there doing a lot of good, and I never want to miss that people are keeping it light, giving people something to watch, cheerful. I mean, like I said, you got to find the good where you can find it. You got to find these little spots where you can get a good laugh. Man, go buy the fucking George Carlin collection. What a good laugh and an education at the same time. I just started watching it when I moved here because I didn't have nothing else. Didn't have the internet set up. So like, well, shit, I can watch this George Carlin collection that I bought that I've not opened yet. Lasts for days. And education at the same time. He was right on so many levels. I thought the government hated him. That's why they tried to censor him, fine him. And like I said, censorship ain't new, guys. I mean, ask fucking people like Howard Stern. Can't ask George Carlin no more. Or some of the great, really true great comedians who pushed the envelope. The 7 words that you can't say or get fined by the FCC. You know, it's history just keeps repeating itself. You know, they find the loop, they find where they went wrong the first time, and they come back with something completely a little bit new, but not different. Change the words here and there, but they learn from the mistakes and they try again. It's one beta test after beta test until we find ourselves right where we are at now. They're about done with the beta test. Somebody asked you, name one person that you listen to or a regular that you don't agree with all the time. Simple. Although it's kind of hard to say that now. But back when I first started following him and watching him, he was like one of my go-tos to go because to get an argument because our opinions and views are different, completely different spectrums. Now it's like, oh boy, I had to completely have a change of tune of what I thought about that person. And some of it, there's some things he talks about I still don't agree with, but I'll tell you what, some of them to follow. If you want somebody who's going to keep it real, because he keeps it real, clear down to what others think and what he is. I think he's kind of learning the labels don't mean anything. I'll tell you what, for another thing, well, probably not for you guys, but whatever, Amy. I enjoy listening because she used to post stuff on Twitter like every weekend. Just her talking about random things. Love those Twitter posts. Look for them every weekend. Now she's moved on. She does other things that most of you probably won't even go agree with, so not even going there with it. But she's another good person. Because we got to have those things that distract us from all this negative shit from time to time. We need something lighter to focus on, just for a few moments, maybe. Because there's going to come a time when we're not even going to be able to find that. And when that truly happens, that's when it's the end. When we can't find something light or happy to talk about or watch. And they're pushing for that. They're either pushing for complete uniformity and conformity or completely burn it all the way down until we get that. And they're not going to stop. They opened Pandora's box. They opened it wide open, and they're hell bent on seeing this all the way through. And I'm not even going to be honest with you. If we make it to the next election cycle, it's not going to make a difference. The damage has been done. What has been done is not reversible by changing the administration. So we're still going to have the same rhinos and career politicians, the same scum in office, in our Congress, in our state legislation areas. Nothing's changed. It's just the same song and dance. We just change a figurehead. Then we go back to the attacking. Oh yeah, oh no, I'm done with that. You got a glimpse of what could be good. Somebody that wanted to make this country great. Did he do everything right? No. Did he make mistakes? Yes. Did he sometimes say shit that he shouldn't have said? Yes. But one thing I do not ever take from that man was this conviction to make this country great. You truly wanted that. And they hated that. They don't want this country great. They don't want the people realizing they have power again. It's time you take that power back. It's time you stop living in fear, cowering before the man. Each and every one of you are your own man and woman. Each of you still has access to that primal nature that's still inside you to fight back, to take that stand. There's no reason we should be having these food shortages that people are saying. I haven't seen it yet in my areas. And I've been adventuring. But I do believe the people that I've talked to in their areas, they've seen it. I do believe them. One of my downsides is I'm pretty good at picking the areas I'm in for its resources. My natural gifts, I guess. So, I just haven't found the right area, apparently. I've been looking. I've been straying out here and there, going off the beaten path, see what people are talking about. Just haven't found it. But I do know it's happening because I do know all those cargo ships, and it's designed. You could easily get the workers back. I mean, shit, somebody said, I didn't agree with this, but somebody said, and it's a valid point, it could work that way too. Well, since you're so apt to want to put the National Guard under a medical, why don't you bring the National Guard into the ports and start unloading your ships? Hey, that's actually good sound logic. But better, why don't you hire the people back that you're keeping from working because you're trying to force them to get a vaccine? Solution. Same way with our truckers. Quit forcing them. Let them do their jobs. In fact, hell, they're barely in contact with anybody. And that's the truth. Anybody's ever known a trucker? They have one of the loneliest lives ever. And one of the probably hardest jobs ever. Especially the East Coast, West Coast haulers. They're away from home. Weeks on end. And when they do home, they're only home for a couple of days and they're right back on the swing of things. And when they deliver and drop off, they don't really go in. They go in, okay, here, sign. I'll wait for you somewhere else. I'm going to get something to eat or whatever. I'm going to get some sleep in my cab while you're unloading. No excuse other than that big corporations want to control who can have the movement of their semis. It's manufactured shortages. Easily fixed. A lot of these problems, there's a simple solution and a simple fix. Get the fucking states and government's hands out of it. Get the big corporations, greedy ones, that are trying to push on smaller business out. Said no more. You can't monopolize, and that's what they're doing. Trying to control every aspect. No. Just because you got all that money doesn't mean you have all that power to control this stuff. Maybe it's time for independent privateers to come back up. We're not going. But it's time for the privateers to come back. I'll drive for you. What do you need? I'll unload those docks. What do you need? Oh, you're not going to let me? Okay. How many young entrepreneurs out there that wouldn't mind investing some money and creating their own little port? Oh, think about it, right? I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't got that kind of money. But I tell you what, somebody out there does that's of a like mind. Why don't you open up a port? Start doing what? our so-called ports aren't doing. Oh no, wait, we can't because it's so much government restrictions, and we gotta do this. We gotta obey by this law. We gotta have these people to come in check. Yep, see the loopholes of red tape that our government's created, all designed for situations like this. But hey, the administration says, hey, just go over here and we won't tax you to import your stuff back. Just move your corporation or company over here. Get it out of the United States. What the fuck? Well, they're creating this madness and creating these economic pitfalls. It's designed to make you subservient, lenient completely. Let me get that free check, please. I'll do whatever you say. And people aren't getting it. They don't care. We're having such a hard time now getting people back into the workforce. It's going to get even harder with legislation passed. Like, I'll slide this fine into this bill because we can't shut down Congress. We got to have our budget. So you guys will eventually pass this. So we're going to put this in here because you're not going to read it. Oh, wait, cat's out of the bag. But still, we're not going to remove it. And you're still going to vote on it because you're not going to be the ones that keep people from getting their Social Security checks, that keep people from getting their Medicare or Medicaid or their whatever is tied into the government funding, which is ridiculous. We've given those guys so much control. It's time you take it back. Then you're going to start seeing the true people out there that actually have money that mean something, that respect what this country's for, because they'll come out and start doing things. I don't got much really good to say about Elon Musk, but hey, he just did one of the smartest things ever. Moved all this shit out of California and moved it to Texas. Not that Texas is much better right now. It's slowly becoming California. But he's seen the writing on the wall. He got ghost. Who's that gonna hurt? Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt the people of California. But people like Google stepped in. Oh, we got you. We got all these solar panels and windmills. We're gonna be able to supply the energy. We're gonna be able to advance the technology. Yeah, it's kind of like a hydra. You chop one head off, two more come up in its ugly place. You just got to find the right methods. You just got to think. Be smarter than they are. And you don't have to be that smart. Honestly, you don't. Because a lot of the stuff they're doing is just simple. Right in your face. They don't care no more. In fact, most of your kids could outthink these politicians right now. And be 10 steps ahead of them. For real. I'm willing to bet a few dementia patients can be outsmart Pelosi and Biden. Let's keep it real. Just saying. People have no business being even in office at all now. But A, truthfully, I'm preaching to the choir. B, some people just quit caring. Eventually, we're going to have to start caring about something. Some of you, yeah, I get it. I know what you're doing. I respect that, and good job. But the others, I don't got nothing nice to say. I honestly don't. You're a waste of space. It's gotten to that point. I hope one day you get it, but the optimist has truly left the building because you won't get it. You become part of the problem. Now we need to start finding those with the solution. How do we do that? We start by having conversations, talking, using our voices, finding like-minded people. We might not agree with everything, we might disagree, but tell you what, I bet you we come up with something out of those disagreements. Something that's better than what we're looking at right now. The idea of running, uh, I ain't running nowhere. I ain't jumping platforms. Yes, I kind of hip, hypocritical of me to say that because I'm on so many, but I'm there. I haven't left. I haven't ran or changed really how I do anything. I just used the tools at my disposal. YouTube did away with me being able to have group chats, group videos. Unless I use OBS, and I have no luck with OBS. Now that I have the internet, I have no desire after finding Jitsu on the mines from their gathering app. I mean, I can do everything from there, except for stream share. I haven't figured out why I'm having issues with that. I can if I'm on somebody else's channel. They can from my channel, but I can't. I don't know. I gotta put a report in on it, and it could be something in my settings. I just haven't figured it out yet. Which kind of rule that out because if I go over to Bree's channel and share screens from her channel on the Gathering app, I should be able to do it from my group. But I do want to talk about something else. Now, the mines are making a lot of changes fast. I'm liking the changes, being able to integrate with Twitter, YouTube. Their new improved chat system is way better than Messenger on Facebook. Let me tell you, I was playing around with it today. It's got all the bells and whistles that I like, that I'm used to. They took the best of the best out there and created their own version, and it rocks. Like I said, is the mines for everybody? Oh, hell no. If you're judgmental, don't go to the mines. It's not for you. If you get offended by content, certain types of content, no, not for you. Like I said, they believe in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and they don't care who you are. You're welcome. Just if you see something you don't like, and definitely if you're easily offended by nudity and shit like that, don't want to see it, turn your not safe for work filters on. It's everything and anything is there. It is the melting pot. That's my personal opinion. It is the spot to be right now. Not Gab. Gab's proven time and time again they'll censor people. But it doesn't mean leave those platforms. Use those platforms. Each platform is a tool. Yes, I get it. You're over on BitChute. You're over on whatever new streaming platform pops up next. Trying it out. Or, yeah, I'm going to go over here now. And you completely forget about where you got started, where you ran from. I use all these platforms as a tool. And if I could stream from all these spots, but sorry, I'm not paying a system. I'm not going to pay Restream to be able to stream to every little spot that I'm at. I could, but no, it's ridiculous. That's just too much work. And I'm giving away money that I shouldn't have to give away. The internet was supposed to be meant for free. The free web, the free spot to go to get information of any type. It wasn't supposed to be restricted. It wasn't supposed to be buy here, pay here. Come pay to play. No, it wasn't supposed to be that. But, When greedy cocksuckers get their hands in things, well, that's the way it goes. When corporations become too start off small and get big, and they get egos. Up, nope. I don't want to lose all this money, so we're gonna do what we're told. Yep, been there, done that. I get it. The only thing I haven't done was ever censor like anything. And if it got to that point, we shut the shit down. Okay, we get it. You're not gonna let us host off your platform, your hosting, the hosting provider. Nope. We rather move and just be done with it. Never caved into any of them. I've lost a few sites because I wouldn't cave in. Oh no, you can't have that content here. Now you can't create these T-shirts because you're a patriot. You believe in freedoms. You're talking bad about censorship or whatever it may be at the time, but they're having a hissy fit about. It's freedom of speech. I can do what I want. But I get it. You're a corporation. You believe you're a corporation anyway. Really, you're nothing. But you have the right to refuse me. Okay. I'll take my business elsewhere. Or I'll get smart one of these days and use the same loopholes that you use and create my own. Just won't be doing the website game. Sorry. I learned that lesson. But yeah, I've watched people, hey, okay, we're gonna create, but because that we're only gonna do people that have over 100,000 subscribers. Oh, that sucks. Because I'm never gonna have that. Never want that. I'm just a little guy. We'll always be that little guy. But I am working on a few other things on the back ends of things for my own personal enjoyment. That maybe some of you guys will get to enjoy here soon. Honestly, I'm about done with this podcast. About done with my drink. I'm ready to just chill and relax for the rest of the night. Because I'm in one of those moods. I really don't got nothing nice to say. I really don't. You know, I want to give props to all you guys that are out there that are actually standing up and fighting. That's probably about the best, nicest thing I can say right now. Look to these people. There's your role models. They're not backing down. And I'm not going to sit here and plug every single one of them because I don't. We'd be here for till morning because there's a lot of them. More than what people don't realize because we're stuck in an echo chamber. Well, you guys are stuck in echo chambers. I'm not. I get out. I see something new. I'll go check it out. Somebody's got something new to say. It's like, oh, what you got to say? Yeah, no. Why? Oh, I'm going to stick around for a little bit because obviously I didn't stumble across you for no reason. I truly believe that. Things come up. Things catch our attention for a reason. When you start becoming open-minded, more awake, and more tuned to your surroundings, you start seeing these things, and you realize, okay, why was I drawn to this? What caught my attention? So, I'll stick around for a little bit and see why I was over here. But we'll talk not to do that. You really are. And, I commend those that can actually do that. Because that's what's needed. More of that. And yes, I know what's coming. We all seen the writing on the wall. We all know what's coming. It doesn't need voice, doesn't really need to be talked about. Other than it's coming. Our intent right now is to educate, to use our voices, use our tools. But do not, for one instance, think that we're not going to release the dogs of war. You already fired the first shot. Several shots. But you must have forgotten history. We are patient people. We can endure many hardships and have. But when it's time to seize the day, we will seize that day without thought, without question. Carpe diem. And you will truly remember all that history you tried to wipe away and destroy. And when it's all said and done, we will take back what's rightfully ours. I wish you guys all a good night. Hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful weekend. Not sure when my next podcast is going to be. The old lady should be home within the next few days. Man, focus is going to be on spending time with her after she gets back from her deployment. So, and you know, but don't think I ain't watching or I'm not around. I'm always around. I'm always where you least expect me to be. And half the time you don't even see me as you walk right by. And some of you walked right by me a few times. But then again, hey, my appearance does change from time to time. And the simple fact is, I know how to use my tools. When I don't want to be seen, I won't be seen. And I could be standing right beside you and you wouldn't know it. If you don't believe me, I can give you a few people to ask. Like I said, you guys have got the grasp of what real power you truly hold and wield within yourselves. Think about that. You guys all have a good night.